Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny with me, Bring It On. Off camera I made some more spell adjustments. I replaced Grave Grasp on both my main character and Barrack, because the heal at this point is just pitiful. The Paralyze is nice, but I think there are better spells. So main character I gave Fulmination, which is the cone spell under the Lightning Sigil. Barrack I gave Freezing Grip, which is the weapon buff under the Frost Sigil. And then Kills in Shadow I finally replaced Titan's Touch with Grave Grasp, now that I'm done. Well, I'm not done building up her lore, but I was only using Titan's Touch to help build up her lore in combat. So.
Right.
Onward we march. Elaine. Oh yeah, I should probably replace my potions. I've been using quite a bit. Yeah, she definitely needs some. Yeah, that'll work.
I got it.
So this is probably the way that we have to go. What's this way?
Spotted something.
Good job, Kills in Shadow. Way to smack that trap.
Do packmates too see what beastwoman sees?
Do you have eyes on this?
Star Smite Staff. Oh, it's unique. So Meteoric launches 3 projectiles with increased range that cannot crit. Ikain's relationship to his acolytes was famously aloof. Some say he less taught the Earthshakers and allowed the guild to study him and his works. The Colossal Archon did show favor to some of his apprentices, however, among them Ragnall, an exceptionally clever woman who sought him out in the mountains of the north. A Ragnall-shaped star smite from the wood of a pine that grew from the stony outcropping where she first met the Archon of Stone. Infused with the strength of an avalanche, the staff hurls a wave of energy-infused stones at those who threaten its wielder. That sounds pretty neat. It's got some cool lore behind it.
Sorry, I can't. I got it.
Let's go and use some consumables as well before I forget. Alright, enter the fray. So now Barrack has an appropriate amount of buffs to apply to himself. How long do these last? About a minute, 45 seconds. I don't see the duration here. Oh, about a minute. Alright, so Gift of the Golem should be last.
Next.
Alright, let's go and haste Barrack first. Off to a good start. Healing aura on Barrack. Vital Body on... I could put that on Kills in Shadow, I think. Alright, Sunder. Kills in Shadow. Use Claw Swipe.
No.
Alright. go ahead and use fulmination.
Consider it done.
That's pretty neat. They are immune to bleeding. I did put the bleeding rune or accent on all these cone spells, which isn't going to be great here.
You won't get away that easily.
Felt nothing.
Alright, and we should be able to finish him off with Sunder. Well, maybe not. Yeah. That might have worked out.
Filthy hands off me.
Quiet down.
Alright, easy fight. Oh yeah, I forgot about this sconce over here. Maybe I should take care of that first. Let's backtrack and do this first, and then we'll worry about going through this other door. And this door here. I don't know how to activate this one yet. I'm assuming that's a back path. Come on, Barrett. There you go.
Let's be off.
Alright, first things first. Let's take off fast mode real fast.
Sit. The mat.
Oh, come on, kills the shadow. Get up here.
Before me.
Alright, let's haste up Barrick first. Alright, Claw Swipe both of them for me.
Lose
Healing Aura Barrick.
more than 5 fingers.
Vital Body. Kills in Shadow.
Nothing.
Alright, Thrust. Barrick going to throw out a Taunt.
Prey hits hot.
As you command.
I will aid you.
Felt nothing.
I like how that, like a cloud appears before the lightning effect appears or comes out of my hands.
Your knees worm.
It's very thematic. It's like there's a storm coming, and then the lightning strikes the enemies. Very, very cool. In fact, I'd probably say it's my favorite spell effect that we've seen so far. I want to go check this again. Though previously it said none of the torch keys here. Or it's not responding to any of the torch keys in these old walls yet. It's still going to say the same thing. So I'm not sure what torch key I need to activate that. Alright, Eliane? Another one, but you seem so well rested. The tranquil woman's empty expression shifts to a pained smile. You'll adapt in time. She stares at you in wide-eyed silence. What are you doing here? Do you not also hear the call? We seek Reef-Talon. Her eyes fall to the floor. She does not wish to be sought. What can you tell me about Lexim? Lexim. That name is something from an old dream. I'm sorry. I once knew, but it's also distant now. What can you tell me about Reef-Talon? She did this to us. Her comment is calmly devoid of accusation or judgment. Have we been called to glory? Marked for culling? We just want answers. Then perhaps we could find sleep. Alright, I'll be going now. Why can't I even talk to you then? Well, there's Reef-Talon. This is probably going to devolve into a fight, so I'm going to buff up beforehand. Just to be safe.
On it.
Come to die at the hands of the hero of Vendrian's.
In fact... let me cast a spell buffs once combat starts. Alright, quick save and talk. The beastwoman waits by the dust-caked altar, head bent downward in contemplation. A deep, gravelly rumble emanates from her chest as you cross the chamber's threshold. With a loud chuff, she turns to face you. A fierce pair of ice-blue eyes watch you with murderous intensity. Claws dug into the stone floor. Kills in shadows, bristles her fur. Prima of Wound Tribe is impressive. Not as impressive as Kills in Shadow, but mighty all the same. Stalkers and hunters, Bane and mystics, all come to spill Reef-Talon's lifeblood. Beastwoman must climb deep, upon where lights do not follow. She watches you intently, her ice-blue eyes piercing the chamber's shadow. She places her knuckles upon the cold stone floor, muscles coiled menacingly. Famebiter creeps into Beastwoman's den, bathed in blood of wound warriors. Why should Reef-Talon speak with human? You're a threat. When I cannot allow to lurk within these ruins. Her eyes widen in alarm, and her lips part to reveal massive yellowed fangs. Famebiter comes to shed blood. The human speaks truth. Reef-Talon has failed tribe, poisoned clan. Will not submit to hunters, but will also not return to wound. She watches you cautiously, silently awaiting your next words. Why flee the wound? You could have simply stopped using your magic. Too dangerous. What if Reef-Talon's milk sickens cubs? What if blood corrodes tinker tools? No. Too much to lose. Reef-Talon will take no chances. Will stay confined to depths. Can you be sure that your powers won't manifest in a new way that harms the settlers, even from here? Beastwoman did not envision this. Reef-Talon's hackles raise in alarm. Fatebinder speaks of possible truth. Sleepless poison is created by mending touch. What if same corruption grows stronger and spreads from afar? She glances down at the leathery pads of her palm. Perhaps Reef-Talon has been cursed for trespassing where human Prima, called Kyros, forbids. What do you hope to gain from hiding here? Not hiding, I'm saving others. Her breath clouds the cool air, her words sharp and prideful. Reef-Talon could not let corrupting power harm kin and kith. Left home den, but did not abandon tribe. Did not run and hide, but does not know what will solve problem. So you're content to let Jaspos and Wagstaff lead your tribe. Would hope Ocean Mystic and Stonecutter choke on own hatreds. Reef-Talon is no longer Prima, so cannot be concerned by such matters. Let me ask you something else. She watches you cautiously, silently awaiting your next words. How did you come to find the wound? For a moment, her eyes grow distant and shed their intensity. Reef-Talon has lived 4 lives. First life was free mana born in islands near human lands called Stalwart. Second life was as slave. She chuffs and banishes the thought with a shake of her head. Third life was Prima to Wound Tribe, and now Reef-Talon lives 4th life as wretched outcast, skulking in deep pits of old walls. What was your life as a Manaborn like? Manaborn are warriors of land and ocean, more free than land-trapped beastmen. Island Kith are not quarrelsome like Tyr's tribes, not always leading packs to rend, rape, kill rivals over parched land. Island warriors respect tribe boundaries, where sand meets water. A beastwoman has no need to fight other tribes. Mother Ocean provides great maws and deep lurkers to test warriors and mystics. They keep Manaborn strong. Reef-Talon mouth stretches into a knowing smile. Has Fatebinder wrestled with black-eyed Great Maw, with head and tail of spears? Or killed a clear-skinned lurker with glowing fangs and snakes for limbs? Has human ever heard deadly song of stinging cloud and stayed awake? Manaborn does not need tribal war to stay fierce. Hunt, bleed, feed packmates. She bobs her head at the fond memory. Was good life. The beastwoman extends a claw towards the nearby chasm. Oldwall's waters are easy for Reef-Talon to swim. Not afraid of dark waters, though scourge beasts sometimes lurk in deep places. Tell me about your time in slavery. It was less than 7 years ago. Reef-Talon awoke to nest beset with humans. Human tribe answering to Prima Stratus overwhelmed Reef-Talon and kin. Likely survived only because humans desired captive muscle, not roasted beast. She narrows her eyes, ruminating over the same remembered detail, or some remembered detail. Long did Reef-Talon toil in confinement, until mystics from Chorus tribe came one morning to human den. Though you're not witness to the events, you heard rumors of Chorus bloodchanners performing all manner of arcane experiments on the Manaborn, the indigenous beastmen of Stalwart. They know little of what the study involved. This beast is proof that at least one victim survived the bloodchanners' curiosity. As humans drank, rutted, feasted over a moonless night, blood rage filled Reef-Talon and the other captive kin. The hair on the beastwoman's back stands erect as she speaks. Saw only red, red, red. Awoke to butchered captors, and freedom. Reef-Talon does not know what fever possessed other beastmen. Did not think to ask. Thought only of escape. So you learn your magic from Manaborn mystics. No. Manaborn groomed Reef-Talon for such role, but only for a season. Outsiders came, mystic paint came off, war paint came on, and tribe was shattered. A Reef-Talon never given rites of initiation is not deserving of ancient title. How did you come to lead the wound, even if briefly? Did not come to the wound to be a prima, but once arrived, Reef-Talon was only proper answer. I was best at hunting new prey, showed kin and kith how to slink through deep dark, how to hold ground against scourge beasts. All beasts bowed to Reef-Talon. Once, one clan gathered to discuss scourge hunt in Old Walls. Stonecutter and Ocean Mystic could not agree on plan, wished only to bicker and yell until Reef-Talon roared, and the whelps cowered. Tribe knew only Prima Reef-Talon could maintain order, until Tribe became fearful of Prima's magic. Tough, though? Then Beastwoman could no longer inspire order, only fear. Seriously, all these little typos just throw me off when I'm reading out loud like that. Now let me ask you something else. I want to know more about your healing abilities. Does Fatebinder remember time before knowing to crawl? Beastwoman did not know such power existed until packmates already mended. She shrugs with a scowling grimace. Have no answers for Fatebinder or Beastwoman. How did these powers awaken in you? Beastwoman cannot say for sure. Her hands gesticulate wildly, but for a time. No words come out. Ever since coming to this place, Reef-Talon feels hum of magic, but did not feel it until it already happened. Packmate was injured on patrol. A Reef-Talon ran to clutch injured whelp. Beastwoman remembers hearing lifeblood from inside dying body, and roared it to obey. That's when mending right began to knit flesh. That's when Reef-Talon's shame began. Why do you think the healed become sleepless? Can describe sensation of healing power but not meaning. She pauses to think, listlessly tracing a painted symbol on her chest with a claw. When human lies on ground with lifeblood pouring from wounds, Reef-Talon can sense blood rage inside dying creature. And when Beastwoman touches paw to human, Reef-Talon can stoke blood rage to live longer, to demand blood keep pumping. I'm not explaining right. No. Can't. But Mystic Gift always goes too far. Always. Mending Right's grab of life spark stretches far and fast until extinguished, snuffed, drowned. After Right, human's wounds close and lifeblood dries. The life spark is gone. Healed human is hollow. Does not remember pain or pleasure. Does not dream. Is sleepless. Do you think being in the old walls give you these powers? She shrugs, scratching her head with a gruff sigh. Maybe. Reef-Talon never finished proper teaching to be mystic. Power always feels like it's coming from within Reef-Talon. But maybe old walls awoken mending right. Let me ask you something else. What is with the dialogue? I have to click on it multiple times for it to do what I want it to do. Tell me of the sleepless. Beastwoman bristles at the mention. A greatest of shames. Reef-Talon has sickened own tribe with dreamlessness. Do you know how they were created? Beastwoman only knows that sleepless were birthed from mystic strength, from Reef-Talon's corrupting touch. A dark powers extinguish life spark of dying human. After mending right, human looks like living warm blood, but carries hollow death on inside. Reef-Talon looks away, ashamed. Why are they down here? After mending rights, dreamless kith smell like spent flame. Hearts do not beat with purpose or desire to live. Dreamless always call out to Reef-Talon, beg Muling for answers. Reef-Talon has none. The Beastwoman covers her ears with her hands. Sleepless brood will not leave Beastwoman. Always reminder of failure. Any idea why the Bane ignore the sleepless? Same question ponders Reef-Talon. Scourge beasts seek blood of Beastwoman, but never of sleepless kith, even noisy sleepless. Reef-Talon thinks sleepless can no scent for scourge beasts to smell, no dreams to tempt ancient hungers. I've only seen human sleepless. Are there no sleepless beasts? No, not yet. Using mending rights on beast and pack, but saw no dreamless scar. Do you know of any way to cure them? If Beastwoman knew, would have already tried. Human sage called Lexime insists Reef-Talon has gift, can mend better, but is wrong. Is folly to try. Must never use wretched gift again. It's time for you to return to the wound, in one form or another. Human will leave this place. Nothing to discuss. Leave Reef-Talon to suffer with withered kin. Let finding Reef-Talon fade from memory. Nah, I'm gonna kill her anyway, so then we'll settle this by blade and claw. As you draw your weapon, the sleepless in the chamber react with a discordant chorus of wails, drawing it close to protect Reef-Talon. Aback, scamper flee escape. Do not raise blunt claws to Fatebinder. Only Reef-Talon must answer challenge. Despite her protestations, the sleepless are undeterred. Reef-Talon abandons her objections and turns to face you, raising her massive frame to its full height. She bares her fangs, shaking the air with a tremendous roar. Alright, let's get our buffs up.
I will aid you.
Oh, why is Lantry up front? That's no good. Alright, let's disembowel first.
It's good. Always I'm doing this.
Consider it done. As you command.
Not a big fan of that spell. Let's go take care of that real fast. Lantry, hang in there. Use a potion, actually.
Can't move.
That's okay. Barrick, taunt these two for me.
I can't move. Are you afraid?
I can hit both of them. Even better. Even better. And then we can use False Pit on the caster back here.
As you command.
Except for now he's petrified, so never mind. Let's take care of the ads first.
I'm stuck.
Strike better next time.
Alright, heal yourself up, Lantry. I almost called him Lexime.
I can't move!
Really rather you take care of the caster back here. Kills in the shadow.
I can't move!
Alright. Buff them up some more in Lantry. And... Claw Swipe.
I can't... No can do.
Sunder. And Thrust.
Flee around.
Worm. I can't move!
Apologies, but step right up. Come.
Oh, I killed her with a disengagement attack. Oh, good job, Lantry. An embarrassing way to go. Alright, false pit this guy.
I'll take care of it.
Alright, then cut him down. I was expecting this to be a little harder than it was.
On it.
Considering the, when we fought Lullaby last episode.
Go before me!
And how tough that was. Which I guess wasn't hard by itself, it was the, all the ads that were spawning. Battered and bloodied, Reef-Talon collapses to the ground with a drawn-out groan. The momentary daze in her eyes is quickly replaced with a look of vicious intent. With an energy born of pure defiance, she raises herself, cracks forming in the stone in the stone tile from her powerful grip, and readies for a final pounce. As quickly as it arrived, the energy dissipates. Her muscles, once coiled and taut, finally buckle, dropping the beastwoman into a heap upon the cold rock. Kill Reef-Talon. Bring many, many failures to end. Yeah, I will make this quick. A soft whine drifts out between labored breaths. Good. Reef-Talon has skulked and stalked far from ocean waters too long. Have ruined enough in 4 lifetimes. No need for 5th. Though slow on her feet, the massive beastwoman launches herself at you. Fangs and claws poised to pierce flesh in one last lunge. You deftly step aside, and her body crashes clumsily to the floor, prone and defenseless. You move in for the kill, and put the massive beast to rest. An iron lamp. The House of Broken Regents strip their defeated foes of anything the mercenaries can carry. What they can't sell or use as is, they melt down and reassemble into functional tools. In the old walls, that means lamps to ward off the darkness. These dark iron lamps bear a marked similarity to the coloring of disfavored iron armor. Wellspring Cascade Keystone. Penumbra. Oh, it's a one-handed artifact. Okay, defending. Plus 10 parry for each engaging enemy. On weapon crit. A little AoE damage. Shadow's Treachery. The primordial blade Penumbra turns its victims' shadows against them, wrapping them in their own darkness and weakening them to the sword's ephemeral edge. The time the target remains afflicted by this power scales the Penumbra's renown. Your shadow flickers erratically in the wan violet light emitted by this viciously sharp bronze blade, fluctuating between converging about the weapon's length and stretching as if trying to escape its presence. No legend sings of this weapon, yet it bristles with sorcerous energy. The sharpened alloy edge seems insufficient to contain. Perhaps the craftsperson responsible for this sword used techniques long lost to modern smiths. infusing it with a power that may be older than the Archons, the Overlord, or even the old walls you discovered it in.
See that?
That sounds really cool.
This will serve me well.
Yeah, I think Dauntless is better for the AoE crowd control, but I don't know, sounds pretty cool. So Elaine is gone, or Eliane, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not sure how to... open this door. We're missing something. I just don't know what. Alright, well, Reef-Talon's dead. Now we just have to finish taking care of the rest of Bastard's Wound. We'll put the entire settlement to the torch. I guess in the next episode when we go back and turn it back in. There is one more place I want to check out real fast before we call it an episode. There was that bridge we couldn't get to extend. I want to say it was in Darkened Hollow to the northwest. Oh, people are here. This is not what I wanted. It's also not where I wanted to be. It took me right back to Bastard's Wound, which is not where I want to go. We'll come back to that. Yeah, this place right here. Perfect. Alright, we'll explore this in the next one, and then we'll go back and deal with Bastard's Wound itself. Again, probably going to put the whole place to the torch, but we'll see. Maybe they can convince me to be a little more merciful in my Fatebinder duties. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.